FightHype.com here on location in the Truth Den, Team Ferocious Promotions manager and CEO Jim Kambosos. Mate, tell me how the build-up has been. Your last 4, 5, 6 fights have been away from home. We're now 12 days out. The build-up, being at home, getting ready to obviously showcase a massive big fight against Devin Haney compared to being on the road.
Mate, look, every build-up's great, mate. Everything's on point. We tick every box, and the thing is, you know, we don't leave any stone unturned. Coming here at home, the fight's here now after all these 5 years on the road, mate. Nothing's really changed. I mean, obviously a lot more commitments and media and everything else, but the thing is, we've still kept our training schedules, our sparring schedules, our sparring partners. Nothing's changed. Everybody works around Ferocious Kambosos, Team Ferocious. Everyone works around there. So, mate, the build-up's been great, mate. Trainers, sparring partners. George Kambosos is looking absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I haven't actually seen him so strong and so fast. I mean, if we thought we saw something in the Lopez fight, man, I'm telling you, his level of power and that speed has just gone to another level again. So I think George has now rolled into that, you know, he's at the peak of his maturity right now. The body's at its peak. So yeah, this prep's been brilliant, man, brilliant.
Finished off with another session here, not so late tonight, but 3 sessions a day, obviously. His last spar tomorrow. Getting back to when you were there for Teofimo Lopez and Mickey Bay, is this a better Kambosos that you're going to bring into the ring against Haney than against Lopez?
Oh, definitely. I mean, look, styles make fights. At the end, they've got to prepare for, you know, who George is facing. So, but the preparation is according to your opponent. But look, Lee Selby was a big preparation as well. So we got Mickey Bay, Selby, Lopez. So no, it's the preparation is going according to where it should be. And like I said, mate, no stone unturned in response to those 2 fights with great success. And this is another level once again against a talented American, you know, in Devin Haney. So we're taking this fight to another level, and George still feels like he's the underdog. You know, he's got that chip on his shoulder, and no matter what he holds and what he's achieved, that's in the past. That's put in the drawer, and the drawer's been shut. It's like we're starting again for a world title campaign, mate. You know, we don't lose sight of ourselves under the bright lights.
A little bit of media last week. You've done it several times. You've travelled away. It's nothing new to you. Devin Haney's come down here with a different trainer, a different assistant coach, pad, defensive coach. Your thoughts on Bill Haney not making the trip down under?
Mate, just unfortunate, to be honest. I mean, I wanted Bill here. We did go to some of our officials and politicians that we know and kind of sort of like lobbied in to get Bill here, and you know, he's got I think Ben Davidson, he's a defence guy, you know, but unfortunately, you know, this country's a difficult country to deal with, you know, with government officials. So, you know, if you've got felonies, if you've got a history, if you've got something there, it's just unfortunate he's not here. I think it's going to play a major role. It's going to be a big part in Devin's game with a new team around him. Just like I'm always around my son, and you know, I know mentally that's a big aspect of a fighter's game when they've had their dad there or their trainer, you know, since day one. I think Devin's pretty much he's got a few things in the back of his mind, a couple of demons now with his dad not being around to coordinate things for him. And yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Haney, you'll be sitting back and you know, you'll be watching it
in Las Vegas on ESPN.
In Vegas, ESPN, and mate, it's going to be a tough ask for Devin, but I'm glad Devin's made the trip, and no excuses at the end of this. I mean, this is the business we're in. Contracts were signed, everybody agreeing on it, so there's no excuses in the end. It's up to the 2 fighters in the ring and what they bring on the day. So if the corner needs to kind of be there and give him all these instructions, the fighter should know what he's doing. So yeah, bad luck Bill Haney, Ben Davidson, and whoever else was denied with their visas through the Australian Home Affairs. That's just bad luck, mate.
Because you caught up with Haney fought Jojo Diaz in Las Vegas a week after you guys were there. You know, we spoke about this last on FightHype.com. It's not personal between you and Bill, is it at all? It's not something where you're, laughing about that. It's just unfortunate. There's no bad blood there. You actually sort of get on with him, don't you?
Nah, he's a top bloke, mate. At the end of the day, he's a cool dude. I mean, respect to Bill Haney and respect to just the Haneys in general. I mean, I'm not the one in there fighting. I'm not the one that's spilling blood. I'm not the one that's putting my life on the line. So Bill comes across as a gentleman. We had some discussions away from the cameras, and we've had some phone calls between ourselves trying to get this fight to happen a while ago. And myself and Bill were chatting away from all the everything that happens behind the scenes and looking to see what was best for both George and Devin. So no, full respect to Bill. He's a gentleman, and if we kind of look back a little bit further with the Lopez thing, with Lopez Sr, look, that's a totally different kettle of fish, mate. You can't compare Senior with Haney. There's a total difference, mate. Total difference between the two guys, and a lot of respect for Mr. Haney. Because
we said that last time, if we thought at that stage there in April that we thought that Bill would make the trip, and we sort of joked about that there won't be any sort of confrontations like there was 6 days out in New York with yourself and Bill Haney, and it wouldn't have probably been the case here as well, would it?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, like I said, if there was going to be a confrontation, if there was going to be sort of like, being smug and being cheeky and stuff like that, it would have happened back in Vegas. We would have, face to face, each other's persona would have been evident, and we would have known that, there's a problem between us, and that problem's going to continue on as the fight kind of hadn't been secured at the time. It was only early discussions, there was no such thing between myself being a gentleman and also Bill's a gentleman as well. So unfortunately, I would love for Bill to be here, working his son's corner, and leading up to the fight week, which we're not far away from now, and obviously after the fight. Just to sort of like be around the man and just have a chat away from boxing in regards to two decent blokes, mate. Yeah, unfortunately that won't happen. So
we're out for lunch today with some incredible people and some friends of yours and ours, and they said, well, didn't say to me, but said to you, Jim, are you nervous? You've done this. Your answer was, mate, we've done this so many times overseas. You seem to be enjoying the process a lot more, it being at home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get nervous. I mean, the thing is, I think, you do get nervous, but you get nervous in a different way. But with George and his ability and what he does, I just don't get nervous. I'm really relaxed. Our last campaign...
I know, I've noticed it myself.
Our last campaign was really relaxed, and I soak up a lot of what happens behind the scenes. That's my job, which keeps George extremely relaxed. He's got a clear mind. He's not clouded with too much bullshit in his head. But the thing is, we're very relaxed. We've got a really good team. We can see what we do, from trainers to assistant trainers to sparring partners that we've brought over from the States. Albert Bell, 22-0, very talented. I could see that boy being a world champion within the next 6 months.
Really?
Dana Coolwell from up in Queensland, Brisbane, mate. This kid, he's a future champion as well, mate. He's such a hot prospect. But the thing is, everything we do is so calculated, and communication is so important in our team that's what gives you that relaxing thing. We're not a rabble. We're not walking around thinking, what are we going to do next? And everybody's kind of on a different page. We're all on the same page consistently, and that's what gives you that relaxing approach to everything. Because when you're relaxed, it means you're confident, and when you've got confidence, there shouldn't be any nerves. I mean, you get excited, you get anxious, you're waiting for fight day, but the thing is that there's nothing there about nerves.
Your son just put a photo up tonight of himself on Instagram. I noticed it because I haven't seen him for 2.5 weeks. He looks to me a lot fitter, stronger, physique-wise. There's muscles there. No bullshit barred here, Jim.
Yeah.
Is this the best you've ever seen him?
Yeah, because as soon as we came back from the Lopez fight and everything else, George went straight into his strength and conditioning campaign with his ethos performance, And to be honest, over that period of time, I could just see like George's physique just developing even further. And I believe that's part of his maturity. You know, they say that you kind of peak, you know, and you're at your greatest at 28, 29, 30. So I think that's where George is. But just looking at George when he's, you know, in the gym and he's sparring, I'm just looking at his back and his neck muscles, you know, and he's got these arms on him. But the thing is, it hasn't taken away from his speed. You know, the speed is still there, if not faster.
Well, Albert Bell, the Prince, said today, he sparred the likes of Broner and that. He said, Nick, he's the quickest.
Yeah, and I've seen that in sparring. I've seen that. I mean, Albert, you know, he's such a talented guy, mate. He's got that beautiful, elusive style about him, which literally emulates Devin Haney, but the speed and everything else, it's another level, you know, it's another level. So credit to Albert, you know, he said that to you, that, you know, he's sparred with some great guys and some big names. I know he sparred with Lomachenko.
That's right.
I know he sparred with Broner and all these guys, and I had a chat with Albert, and he said that, you know what, I got a lot of great stuff out of Lomachenko, but George is just a totally different beast because George is a complete package. He doesn't just come with, you know, two-dimensional attacks in the way he moves. He's a complete package. You don't know where it's coming from, but it comes at speed and at power. So yeah, his development has been great after Lopez fight, and his weight's been perfect. We just did our WBC 14-day weight check. Mate, George's weight is absolutely, it's actually better than Lopez's preparation. And we're literally, what, 1.5 weeks out from the fight, you know, so yeah, weight's
Has Devin Haney done his?
I don't know, mate, I don't know. I mean, if he has or if he hasn't, you know, that's his problem, mate. If he's holding a bit of weight and he's obviously, you know, down to the nutritionist now to get that weight off and where his weight's sitting, that's his problem. But I know and I'm confident that Devin will come in on weight. But how much weight is he trying to take off to come into this fight? I don't know, mate. That remains to be seen on Saturday the 4th of June when it comes to the open weigh-in, mate, where that's going to be crazy in itself, man. I just can't wait to see how many people are going to be at that in Melbourne.
Mate, thank you so much. We've got a couple of more days here, and for those that don't know, George hasn't officially said when he's going to arrive in Melbourne. You and the team will probably come in pretty exclusively and quite private. Mate, any last words before we hit Melbourne?
No, not really. We're simple, we're humble, we keep it easy. You know, we don't complicate things. When we do fly into Melbourne, obviously, you know, it's going to be low key, and well, I hope it's going to be low key. But the thing is, we've got a security plan. I've got my own security team, and the thing is, I've already formulated that plan with them. Yeah, we're just looking forward to turning up in Melbourne. We've got a few more days here. We've got a big spar tomorrow just to wrap it all up. And when we get down to Melbourne, we know that, you know, fight week is upon us, and we're just going to soak it all up and enjoy it, just like we've done with the Lopez fight. The Selby fight was a bit different because we're in COVID, we're in a bubble, so it was a little bit difficult, but we still enjoyed it because we've got a good team around us, and the team plays a major role.
Oh yeah,
it plays a major role because the guys around you, it kind of adds that relaxing, you know, good vibe feel. I mean, the guys the other day were here, they had the music on, Albert, Dana, George, Terry, you know, basically hustling.
Today it was boys, like it was like we're in Usher Raymond's bloody studio in New York City, Jungle City.
Yeah, they were pushing out the tunes, mate, and they were having a great time. And that is credit to the team itself and who we bring into camp and who we work with. And I've always said it before, we're a team of no egos. We're a team of ticking all the boxes, making sure that everybody fits in well. We keep everybody comfortable. If the travellers from international, like Albert was, Dana is, we make sure they're comfortable, they enjoy being around us, and I'm here to help anyone in respect to what they need to be comfortable away from their own homeland, you know. So that's my job, and at this point in time, we've got it down pat, mate, once again, you know. So looking forward to June 5th, man.
Fantastic, Jimmy.